What up, everybody? Tim Carthon here, and I just had a stupid situation occur. And I just laugh at situations like this when they happen because people are just so special in this day and age. So let me tell you what happened. This young lady messages me about somebody in one of my company's groups being a perp. My group deals with Greek letter organizations. And she says something about the person not being a member of the organization. Okay, that's one piece of information. I need to know how it is that you know this information. Now, I know that may initially seem well, I know because I'm a member. But there are 9 million Greek letter organization members. Everybody doesn't know everybody. There have been people who said that individuals were perps, and then it turns out they weren't perps. They just were grad members, and people were thinking, oh, they went undergrad or they pledged, and it turns out that they were grad members. They're still members. They're just not the type of members you thought they were. But what happened if, as a company, I were to say, hey, let's kick them out the group because they're not Greek letter organization members? What happened if I was to say that? How stupid would that be? That'd be done. Why? Because they're actually Greek letter organization members. And we just kicked them out the group for nothing. So because of that, we have to do verification. It's simple. It's not rocket science. We have to do verification. So I asked this young lady to give me something to verify that they weren't in the organization other than her just saying it. Now, we take Greek letter organization members' words very seriously. They're taken really highly. The problem is that can't just be the only thing. Imagine if someone was to tell a cop, oh, this guy did something to me. The cop just can't go and say, you're under arrest. What, just because that person said I did something? I say I didn't do it. What do you do? Where's the proof? So that's the thing. So this individual is, I'm trying to explain this to this individual, and instead of them having a rational conversation, what they do is they start being insulting. They start saying, well, you're an alpha, and if it was alphas, you'd jump right on it. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not just an alpha. I'm psi, and I'm an alpha. Get that right, first of all. Second of all, I would do exactly the same thing I did if it was an alpha or if it was psi or if it was whoever. It doesn't matter because my company's protocol is the same. We have to verify information before we act on it. Who does that? Who just acts on information just because a person says something? Oh, he doesn't like me. Well, I don't like him either. Well, wait a minute. What makes you think? You have to ask, what makes you think they don't like you? Sometimes you'll find out that person didn't not like the person. So again, makes simple sense, right? But it doesn't to a person who's being emotional. So this person, I say, well, listen, our company can't do something. You know what she starts saying? What company? That's a group. It ain't no company. You can't just say it's a company because it's a company. I'm like, excuse me, it's a company because it's a company. You do know that just because you don't know the facts doesn't make the facts not facts. Like, you can't have your own truths. Whatever. What? It's some organization just for likes and whatever. I'm like, so that's why we have all of these Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, website, the whole nine. We have all that. That's what we've had the events in the past. We're gonna have them in the future just because of what we just want likes and stuff, right? Makes no sense. So she again starts attacking, but the legitimacy of my company. I'm like, do you know what a federal trademark is? Oh, I'm gonna act like I don't know what it is just because I want to play dumb. So then she hit me with you can put a trademark beside anybody. That doesn't mean that it's federal this. I said, okay, well, try this. How about you go to uspto.gov and search the name? And then you tell me if what you're saying makes sense to me. And while she's sitting there searching, I sent her a message that said, now that you've taken your foot out of your mouth and that you've had several seats, now can we get back to the issue of the whole perpetrator and stop being condescending and disrespectful? Maybe we can do that and then we can come to some type of resolution because I'm a made man twice. Okay? Theta Delta chapter and Delta Z chapter. Understand, I feel your pain on the whole perp thing. The problem is we can't just take your word for it, one person. We can't do that because we've seen that that didn't work in the past. So I just need extra information. Why is it so hard for you to give me extra information? You can't give me the information, we can't do anything. Don't get mad at us because you don't want to provide me with the information we need in order to get rid of the perpetrator. Understand something. If you're a perp, you will be exposed eventually. That is going to happen. But my company is not going to risk damaging good people's names because of potentially someone vindictive who can just say that person's not a Greek-led organization member and then we just kicked them out. Turns out they are, but they were a scorned girlfriend or an enraged boyfriend who just said that just to get them kicked out. How dumb would that be? That's unprofessional. We don't work that way. So you can be as mad as you want to. We're going to get rid of perps, but we need to make sure that they're perps. This is one of the reasons I'm against the death penalty. Because there have been too many times where somebody was said to have been the person who committed these crimes, and then it turns out they found out 20 years later that they weren't. What happened if they had been killed 19 years? 20th year they found out they weren't the ones that did that. You can't fix death, but you can let somebody out of jail. So if you're a perp, you will be found out. But when you come to us about perps, make sure that you come to us and have enough information for us to make the decision, the correct one. You need to bring me more information so that we can see that's the case. That way, if they come back and say, I am a member, if it's just your word against theirs, what do we have to prove either? Makes simple sense, right? Yeah, to someone who's not emotionally compromised at the time. What type of leader just decides that they're going to make decisions emotionally? Somebody comes to them angry about something, and then I get angry too. Oh, well, let's jump. What type of leader is that? Let alone, what type of visionary leader is that? That's not a leader. That's an idiot. And the individual wants to get upset because of someone thinking before they act. Well, I'm sorry, but that's her problem, not mine. If you want to be emotional when you're making decisions like this, knock yourself out. Because her anger just showed right through. So it has nothing to do with a woman or a man. It's just at the time she was being really emotional. If you want to be angry about that, that's fine. I don't like perps either. But you can't come to me with just you saying they're a perp and my company's supposed to jump. That's not how this corporate policy thing works. And now that she's talked all of that mess and was talking crazy and then had to eat crow, now guess what she does? Starts asking me about my company and scholarships. Now it's, do you all have scholarships? Do you this? See, this is why it's so important for you to not talk crazy to people. Because then when you find out that how you were talking was dumb and you were 100% incorrect, then all of a sudden you can find out that you might need them. Funny, isn't it? I mean, it just was so funny just to show her a couple of seats. We as Greek-led organization members have got to stop making emotional-only based decisions. Because when we do that, we end up running into a ton of unnecessary problems. Now, this situation between me and the young lady could have been resolved easily if she had just given me the information for which I asked. But guess what? She didn't. She didn't want to. You know what she said? When I become a member of her organization, then I can get that information. Would you ask Coca-Cola for that? Would you tell Coca-Cola, unless you become a member of my organization, you can't get the information you need in order for you to do the request that I asked? Of course not. But because I'm in a Greek-led organization, she can't see past that to the fact that what she's talking about as far as her initial request deals with a company, not me individually as a Greek letter organization member. It's dealing with my company. But again, when a person's so emotionally enraged that they can't see that, then they end up making irrational decisions. But your irrational decisions aren't going to affect my company's policies. Word to the wise. Please stop acting like you know more about a person than you do when you don't know them at all. Because you might end up like this young lady, and then you might have to pull your head out of your behind. So go ahead and subscribe down below and check out all of my social media pages at Tim Carthon for more videos and content. And go to my website too, timcarthon.com, for some great articles on all type of subject matters in the world. Peace.